The small town of Willow Creek was known for its quaint Main Street, lined with old-fashioned shops and restaurants that seemed frozen in time. Every year, the townspeople would gather at the local community center to celebrate the annual pie baking contest. It was a beloved tradition that brought everyone together, from the young children who eagerly awaited their first taste of homemade pie to the elderly folks who had been perfecting their recipes for decades. This year's contest promised to be no different. The townspeople had spent weeks preparing, experimenting with new ingredients and techniques to create the most delicious pies imaginable. The aroma of sweet dough and simmering spices wafted through the air, making everyone's mouth water in anticipation. As the contestants began setting up their tables, a newcomer caught the attention of the crowd. A young woman, dressed in a simple white apron, stood out among the sea of familiar faces. She introduced herself as Emma, a traveling baker who had heard about the contest through word of mouth. Emma was determined to make a name for herself and prove that she could hold her own against the town's seasoned bakers. The judges, consisting of local food critic Mrs. Jenkins and two prominent members of the Willow Creek Historical Society, began their rounds, sampling each pie and asking questions about the ingredients used. The competition was fierce, with Emma's pies drawing attention from everyone present. However, during one of her visits to Emma's table, something peculiar caught Mrs. Jenkins' eye. A small bag of what looked like dried herbs, tucked away in a corner, seemed out of place among the other ingredients. Mrs. Jenkins politely asked Emma about the mysterious contents, but the baker simply smiled and said they were an old family recipe, passed down through generations. Intrigued, Mrs. Jenkins decided to take a closer look. She carefully extracted the bag from the table and examined it more closely. The herbs seemed to shimmer in the light, and when she brought them to her nose, she detected a subtle, sweet scent reminiscent of honey and lavender. As the judges continued their rounds, they began to notice something strange. Each pie that featured the mysterious herbs possessed an otherworldly quality, as if it was more than just a delicious dessert. Some claimed to have felt a sense of calm wash over them after taking a bite, while others reported vivid dreams and visions that lasted long into the night. Rumors began to spread like wildfire throughout the town, with some people calling for Emma's pies to be disqualified due to their magical properties. However, Mrs. Jenkins saw something special in those herbs and knew that she had stumbled upon something extraordinary. After much deliberation, the judges decided to hold a final round, featuring only Emma's pies. The room was filled with tension as each contestant presented their masterpiece, but when it came time for the judges to deliberate, there was no contest. Emma's pie, featuring the mysterious herbs, stood out above the rest, its magical properties evident to everyone in attendance. As the winner was announced, a hush fell over the crowd, and everyone turned to look at Emma with newfound respect. She had single-handedly brought magic back into Willow Creek's lives, reminding them of the power of tradition, community, and a little bit of whimsy. From that day on, Emma became an integral part of the town's fabric, her pies featuring the magical herbs becoming a staple at every gathering and celebration. People came from far and wide to taste her creations, not just for their deliciousness, but also for the sense of wonder they inspired. As for the mysterious herbs themselves, they were carefully stored away in a special cabinet within Emma's bakery, guarded by Mrs. Jenkins and a select few who knew the secrets they held. The town of Willow Creek continued to prosper, its residents forever changed by the discovery of the magical pie baking contest.